Okay, I think we're back, folks. At least I think we're back. I guess I'm gonna wait for everybody to come back. I am highly upset that this happened. Oy vey. All right, let's see here. Yep. Okay, let's turn this back on. Let's go to here. Okay. Are we back? Can everybody see me? My internet just crashed, and I've actually been having this problem all day today. And I guess it finally I was actually worried that this was going to happen, that the stream would disconnect midstream, and it looks like it did. So I am sorry about that, everybody. That is it is actually out of my control. As far as I can tell, Eves, my modem is not disconnecting. And now it looks like everything is just all kinds of jacked up. The description of the live stream is all jacked up. Let's see here. You know what? Hold on. I'm going to briefly switch to this while I attempt to fix everything. Oh, that is so annoying. Like that is beyond annoying. Yet no, Ken Cieli, this is not straight pool time. Because like I said, all I did was reconnect the stream. And by doing so, it's remembering if I stream directly to my platforms versus scheduling an event. If I wanted to keep the same descriptions, I would have to reschedule the event. And this is just I'm highly annoyed by what just happened now. So now I got to figure out how to fix it. Let's see here. So here's the details. Am I able to edit this? Okay, I am. I am able to edit this. So let me see if I can fix a couple of things. Give me just a moment, everybody. I get to do some on the fly stuff. All right, so this is take 2. Hopefully this doesn't crash on me again. Because I will be very upset if it does. I'm literally staring at my modem. There's nothing flash, like everything is solid. Everything is the way it is supposed to be, as far as I can tell. So the fact that this has done what it's done is very upsetting to me. So let me try to fix everything. Literally fixing like all the descriptions, the thumbnails, everything. Okay, there's that. Here, it looks like I might have to fix the thumbnail after the fact. It doesn't look like I can fix it right now. Oh no, I can fix the thumbnail. Okay, so let's fix the thumbnail. Save. Okay. If by chance, if y'all were to refresh your video, I think everything would be back to normal. Descriptions, thumbnails, titles, etc., etc. I think. And hopefully this doesn't happen again. So let me double check a couple of things just to make sure. Oh, Ken, you're saying that my audio is lagging as well? Gee whiz. Okay, refreshing fixed everything, at least on y'all's end, so that's good. Hey, Eves, you're saying there's no audio lag? I do apologize for this, everybody. Okay, but it looks like everybody is starting to trickle back in, so I do appreciate y'all coming back. And I think we're in a good... See, like, I can see a prompt right now that tells me that I'm offline. And that looks okay. William McDowell, exactly. This is exactly right. Gene Kelly, yeah, my internet crapped out on me, but my modem is showing me that everything is fine. I am seeing that I do have dropped frames as well. I better not have to cancel the remainder of the stream. That would be very upsetting if I have to do that. $4.5. Thank you so much for subscribing as I try to troubleshoot. If you're here watching this live and you're subscribing, thank you so much for doing that while I troubleshoot my streaming issues. All right, so everybody's saying that that might be okay. Nope, Eves, I've already checked my CPU. Everything is fine. I would have to think there is just something going on with my internet service provider, even though my modem is not indicating that there's something wrong. But everybody seems to think that it looks good from here. So I'm just gonna run with this. So everybody that came back, thank you so much. You know, please give this stream a thumbs up, share it if you're on Facebook, you know, etc., etc. The whole nine yards. I really would appreciate it. All right, so let's try to resume where we left off. So I guess does everybody remember what was the last shot they saw me do? Does everybody remember how I finished the last rack? Or does everybody remember, like, me getting to this point here before I broke in rack 5? Yes, everybody remembers the bank on the 8. That was the end of the last rack, and why I ended up playing the bank on the 8, so that way I could protect the cue ball at the same time. And if I end up missing the 8, I left my opponent a difficult shot. So we're all good. Looks like everything is back to normal. All right. So here we are in rack 5, and I'm still breaking. And like I said, because of my scratch on the break and making the 8 ball in rack 1, I'm not doing the second ball break again. And so now, continuing on from here, it looks like I made a stripe on the break. Looks like it was the 15 ball. shooting at this 14 ball first, I have to wonder if I'm going to break this stuff open, and I did. So now really, let's go back and look at this. All right, here's the layout of the table after I have stripes. Y'all have all heard me say about identifying and solving trouble spots as soon as you possibly can. So here's a trouble spot right here with my 12 ball being tied up next to the 8, and then of course the 8 ball being tied up as well. Because from the position that I'm at, it looks like I have an option to shoot the 9, but I also have an option to shoot the 14. And because I have the option of shooting the 14 ball, I go ahead and try to open this up at the same time in hopes that these 2 balls here are backup shots. Like, I can't guarantee myself if I will have a shot at this 12 ball that I'm about to break out, but I might have a shot at the 11 or the 10 ball. And in this case here, when I shot the 14 ball, I broke it out in such a way, I broke the 12 ball out in such a way to where I have a shot at the 10 ball. All right, and even the 8 ball is freed as well since I moved the 4 ball out of the way. So I can shoot the 10 here into the side pocket. So I would wonder, when am I going to go down for the 9 ball? Probably now, after I shoot the 13. All right, I bump into the 7. Oh, I missed the 13. How did I miss the 13? Oh, I undercut the 13 ball. I'm so focused on... Here's who has this issue here. In this particular shot, well, in every particular shot, really, there's a primary objective and then there's a secondary objective. The primary objective is always to make the ball, right? But then the secondary objective could be get position on another ball, break out a cluster, just something after you make the current ball. And you end up focusing on the secondary objective more than the primary, to the point to where you end up missing the primary objective, not accomplishing the primary objective, which is what I did here. Because I needed to make sure that I run into that 7 ball and push it out of the way so that way I can have a shot at the 9 ball. And I end up missing the primary objective. Because otherwise, this was a break and run. I would be able to shoot the 9 ball in to the corner pocket, 2 rail around to get somewhere back through here and be able to finish the table off. But it didn't happen. So now my opponent gets to come back to the table. 5 in the side automatically leads up for the 1 and the 4. Willing to bet she'll shoot the 1, then she'll shoot the 4, come out here for the 3. All right, watch the cue ball just roll up to the rail and back out like this. She might shoot the 3 or she might shoot the 6. Well, she's not shooting the 3 now. She hit that just a little too hard. So she might shoot the 6, roll forward for the 7, but then the 2 ball becomes an issue. So this is where not planning far enough comes into play. I mean, maybe she'll shoot the 2 now. I'm not sure. No, she doesn't. She does go up for the 7. Ooh, maybe she could have used this position to shoot the 2 ball in. I'm not entirely sure. But with that miss on the 7, I get to come back to the table. She's tied up my 12 ball. So the only ball I can use to break out my 12 ball is going to have to be the 11 ball. Oh, never mind. I'm probably going to try to break it out right now. I'm going to elect to take a really difficult shot, a difficult back cut shot. And I'm curious if I'm going to attempt to try to do this. Let's see if I'm right. Let's see if I remember correctly. See what I mean? Now, am I shooting the 11 or the 13? I can't tell. Oh, I do shoot the 11. There was enough room to pass by the 13 ball, because let's look at this. So now this is what I was talking about before. So unlike one of the previous racks that I had done, where I shot the 1 and then I shot the 7 and I had to draw back from the 7 to be able to shoot the 8, and I ended up banking the 8. So actually it was the previous one. Here's something that's a little bit different, to where when I plan the run out, hopefully my last few shots will require little to no cue ball movement at all, right? So I end up taking the 11 ball into the side pocket, pushing the cue ball to the rail and back out so that way I can get position on the 13 ball. I don't want position on the 12 ball because the 12 ball should be the ball that I shoot at last, meaning that from this position, I'm going to shoot the 13 into the side and get position on the 12, probably something like this. Hopefully be able to play a stop shot on the 12 ball, and then the 8 ball will go into the corner pocket like this. In 8 ball, this would be the most ideal way to be able to run a pattern to get position on the 8 ball. Minimize your cue ball movement and maximize your success. Now, at the very beginning, there wasn't a whole lot of cue ball minimizing because of the way the layout of the table is. But I try to put myself in a position to where as I'm ending the pattern, my cue ball movements get smaller and smaller. Now, if there's a pattern that allows my cue ball movements to stay small, then I'm going to do something like that. But considering what I had to do, because I had to open this ball, a lot of cue ball movement at the beginning, still some more cue ball movement, more cue ball movement, and then little cue ball movement, little cue ball movement. Let's see if that plays out correctly. Unless, of course, I screw up. The question is going to be, am I going to follow 2 rails, maybe 3 rails out? Or am I lagging again? I actually see that I lagged. Is everybody still with me? I'm getting really frustrated now that I'm seeing this. Okay, it looks like I'm still fine on YouTube. And I see that I'm fine on Facebook. Did it lag for anybody? That's what I thought. Oi! All right, let me try to check something. Okay, connection looks good here. Yeah, fix it with a wrench. That's something I definitely need to do there. Okay, it looks like we're stable. Little bit of a lag there, but it looks like we're stable. This is ridiculous. This is really upsetting me right now. Okay, so where are we at? So hopefully you can see here from the last position that I played, my cue ball should hopefully not move at all. Now, ideally, I would like my cue ball to be where the 2 ball is at, because then I can just play a stop shot. Here, I have to be able to play this ball, slightly come off the rail, and still have a shot. So this is probably going to be somewhat of a drag shot. Very low hit on the cue ball. And there we go. That way I can play the 8 ball into the corner pocket. By the time the cue ball gets there, the backspin starts to wear itself out and it starts to do a little bit of a forward roll, which is why the cue ball is just up a little bit, and I can take the 8 ball into the corner pocket and get on the hill. Now I'm still gonna try to finish all 3 matches tonight. I have 1 more match after this. I am gonna try to finish that. If I have to start another stream, so be it. Okay, now despite my scratch, we are going to try 1 more time. 8 on the break or go bust. Look at that. I lost my cue ball and almost scratched, but I did at least make a ball. I did at least make a ball. What ball did I make though? 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't see the 5 or the 7. No, there's the 5. I don't see the 7 ball. And let's look at stripes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Looks like I made a stripe as well. And it looks like it might be the 15 ball. So we have an open table. And considering where my cue ball is at, I'm willing to bet that I'm going to take solids. Starting with the 1 ball. Okay, this looks good. Does this mean I'm going to try to break out the 5 and the 3? I tried, and I ended up missing the shot at the same time. Again, secondary objective overrides the primary objective sometimes, and you end up missing the primary objective. Oh, and I see some instances here. If the stream gets pixelated and like it looks poor, be sure to check also, you can either refresh or be sure to check the settings. Like there should be a cogwheel that you can click on, because typically if the stream lags like it has been doing, YouTube will automatically drop the resolution of the stream. And I typically stream at 1080p. So if the stream does do that, check. You can either refresh the stream or check your resolution settings that YouTube might have automatically switched. All right, so from here, I start with the 6 ball. That allows me to get position on the 2 because that is a troubled ball, but so is these 2. Now I'm curious if I'm going to try to break out those 2 or play position for them. I might have to play position for them given the layout of the table. Like that right there. I'm playing position. I tried to play position for them. That was done with top left spin. So I'm not sure which ball I have position on, the 3 or the 5. Looks like maybe the 3 ball. There we go. Be able to cut the 3 ball in. More than likely now I have to play a 5-4 combination. And I'm just going to roll this ball in so that way the 5 ball replaces the 4 ball. Oh, a little bit of a stop. Oh, I make both of them. This shot right here. If y'all remember, there was in the previous match where we talked about taking the 8 ball and trying to get it to roll past a ball. This is actually done here. This was one of the suggestions. I hit this ball with bottom spin, and if anybody's familiar with spin transfer, whatever spin is on the cue ball, the opposite spin gets transferred to the object ball. So in this case here, since I'm hitting the cue ball with bottom spin, if the cue ball is spinning backwards by the time it contacts the 5 ball, that automatically causes the 5 ball to start rolling immediately. It transfers top spin into the 5 ball. And so since the 5 ball is rolling, when it contacts the 4 ball, as long as it's still rolling and it has more than enough momentum, that's what allows the 5 ball to trickle in after the 4 ball and fall. If it didn't have enough momentum, it would have just replaced it. But now, since I've done this, I have position on the 8 ball that I can shoot here into the bottom right corner pocket. More than likely just play a rolling cue ball, and we watch my cue ball just roll right past the side pocket, and I don't have to worry about scratching. And there, I was able to take the match down 5-1 after that very emotional response or reaction of me making the 8 ball on the break on the first game, just like I did in the previous rack, but I had scratched. And making the 8 ball and scratching on the break is considered a loss in the APA. So the main thing that I would have to be able to offer my opponent in this match here, because she's a rolling cue ball player, so there's only so much that you can actually do, because there are going to be times where you have to control the cue ball if you want to really, really finish the table. You're not gonna be able to shoot rolling cue ball shots on every single solitary shot. Sometimes you might be able to, because it all just depends on the layout of the table. So given that restriction that my opponent has, I would very much suggest that more planning has to go into play here. And you have to be able to identify whether or not if you can run the table by just rolling the cue ball around. And chances are, especially when there's more of your opponent's balls left on the table, the answer to that question is more than likely going to be no. And because of that, you don't always want to try to just make the balls that you can make, because then, like I've talked about before, you end up putting yourself in that situation to where whatever balls that you have left on the table are going to be balls that you have to chase after, because you have to wait for your opponent to miss to give you a shot on those balls. So it's okay to make a ball or two, maybe just a ball, and then try to play safe with whatever balls you have left remaining on the table. But I would really suggest not trying to make every ball that's makeable if you're just a rolling cue ball player like my opponent. So I hope everybody finds that helpful, and let alone I hope my opponent, if she does happen to see this live stream, finds that advice helpful as well. Okay. I do have one more match, so long as my internet allows me to stream it. We are going to attempt one more break. This is where I will take some questions, if anybody has any. I am going to take one more restroom break here in a second. Right now, I'm just kind of preparing the next match. And now that I have the next match prepared, I will be right back. All right, we're back. Does anybody have any questions before I attempt to roll into the last match of the evening? Again, I have to apologize for the crash, and now I have two separate streams for tonight, which actually I think, at least on YouTube, it screws up the YouTube algorithm, because we're going to have a stream that starts in the middle versus starting at the beginning. Let's see here. Craig, you're wondering if I'm going to have any special guests for the 100K unboxing. I doubt it, but I mean, it's certainly possible. I just don't know what guest I might want to have during that. I'd actually have to think about that one. I actually would have to think about that one. So, Fuggles, the Double Jeopardy matches will be another stream. I'm trying to wrap up right now all the matches that I have left where I was just playing 8-ball on a given night. So that's what this stream was done for. And so when I do stream my next APA review, those should be Double Jeopardy matches. And like right now, I'm seeing that something might be crashing. This is ridiculous. So right now, right now I'm willing to bet it lagged, and when the stream came back, it looks all pixelated to y'all, right? Can y'all confirm that? This is so frustrating. I really do appreciate everybody hanging on. This is probably like the worst night I've had of streaming. Okay, it looks like everything is restored back to normal. Okay, Fuggles, yours did not pixelate, so that's at least a good thing. I'm definitely going to have to call my ISP tomorrow if this persists. If you're seeing a rotating thing, that means the video is buffering. It's trying to receive my stream from my software. And I honestly don't know if because I am streaming to my Restream account, and then that's supposed to broadcast out for me. If I stream directly from my streaming software, I won't be able to stream to Facebook at the same time. Hey, Anthony, you're saying you have no issues. Definitely want to make sure that everything is working as expected. Okay, good. Craig, you're saying that it's clear. Okay, SJL. So you're seeing what I said would happen, because it sets you at a lower resolution, and then it gave you the option to do a higher resolution afterwards. So that's good. I'm almost scared to go on from here, because I don't want the stream to. I actually don't want the stream to cut off in the middle of me reviewing this last match. I'm giving it just another minute before I decide to move on, because there's really nothing I can do. There is literally nothing I can do here except let it go and see what happens. That's a good point. Is there a hidden Windows update? You know what? I can actually check. And nope. There is an update that I can download, but clearly I'm not going to do that right now. What do I do? What do I do? What happens if I do this? Crap. Okay. I thought I literally lost the stream. You know what, folks? I might have to go ahead and stop. This is causing me way too many issues for tonight. Well, Craig, I could certainly ask Collins if he'd be up for that. And William McDowell, I'm not going through Wi-Fi. I'm hardwired into my here in my office. Everything is hardwired, and I'm currently in the process of making sure that my garage is also hardwired as well. And like I said, I'm staring at my modem. All the lights are solid, so I don't understand why my internet is so flaky right now. But you know what? That I think that's just gonna way that it's gonna have to be. I think I'm gonna go ahead and end for the night. So we got like 1.5 matches on the first take, and then the second half of the second match on the second one. And because of how unstable everything is right now, I have to end. No, this is not DSL. This is just straight up cable. And I use Grande here for my area. Yep, and there just went a lag. Jeez. Okay, so yeah, it looks like I'm gonna have to. It definitely looks like I'm gonna have to end for the night. So I do apologize, everybody. Yeah, there's nothing more. Doggone it! This really upsets me. If you're able to see these closing remarks here, I do apologize for the way that my stream is behaving for today. But I am gonna have to go ahead and cut it off for the evening. And so the next time I roll around to be able to talk about more APA matches, I will start the stream with the third match that I ended up doing that I wanted to do tonight, on top of being able to do my APA Double Jeopardy matches. So everybody that's been able to stick through this here with me tonight, thank you so much for being here. Be sure to like the stream on the way out if you haven't done so already, and I will talk to you next time.